Hello, I wanted to share a couple of ideas as you come to General Conference season, as we have General Conference in just a couple of weeks. And it's a great opportunity to help reach the objective by focusing on the words of living prophets with the youth. So here's just a couple of ideas. I hope as you have other ideas that you would share them in the comments so other people can see what you're also doing in your classroom. But I just wanted to share a couple of things that might be helpful as you focus on conference. In my time of teaching seminary, we often would do what we called a seminary conference. There's a lot of ways to do this. Class sizes can be adapted. But one of the things that we would do is I would go through the class and I would ask people to be willing to conduct a meeting or to be willing to give talks, or if you had enough students that were musical and wanted to get them involved through a musical number or give prayers. And we would kind of set up a mini general conference from our class. And the beauty of it is that it was all student directed. So once I kind of got people to volunteer or to sign up, they would show up for general conference. Somebody would, for seminary conference, somebody would conduct the meeting. Students would pray. Students would give talks. Students would do musical numbers. And then they would close out the meeting. If we had time, we would have some testimonies that could be helpful. There's something that's really valuable about having the students teach and to get involved. I will say that every time we did conference, I never regretted it. And the students always rose to the occasion and they always did a great job. There were a few semesters where we chose not to do conference because we had some weird schedules and we just missed it. And so this is something that I think you could do that would really, really helpful. If you have a smaller class, then maybe you maybe are the one that conducts and just says, hey, we're going to ask you to give talks, right? The way we did it, and I found it, I've done it both before conference and after. I found seminary conference to be more helpful after general conference as a recap, but you can also do it in front of conference as a preparation. So if we did it after general conference, then I would hand out a little sheet that would invite maybe 2 or 3 students and said, hey, would you be willing to give us a 5 to 7 minute talk on your favorite message from general conference? And the students would then have something to look for as they watched general conference or as they watched the session. And then they would come back the following week. Let's say the conference was on Saturday, Sunday, and then seminary conference we might do on a Wednesday or Thursday to give them time to review and prepare. And they would come to just give a short 5 to 7 minute talk on a talk that impressed them from general conference and insights that they had, and then some personal experiences that they might want to share. And it was inspiring just every time. And so I wanted to share that with you as an idea of creating a little general conference, a little seminary conference, and being willing to take a day to do that and to highlight the words of prophets and to really emphasize it. I found that the kids loved it and it really was beneficial. You might have other ideas. I've seen people do general conference bingos to make sure that they know the names of some of the prophets and apostles and church leaders. There's their bios. I've seen a number of times people say, hey, will you go study one of these bios and be willing to share with us a little bit about President Nelson this week, or a little bit about President Oaks or another general authority. It may also be a good opportunity if you want to try doctrinal mastery references and invite them to listen to general conference and to mark down which of the doctrinal mastery references that they hear, because they're mentioned all the time. So just wanted to share a couple of ideas to get people engaged in general conference. I found seminary conference was just super helpful, and some of those other ideas can get things going as well. But using the words of the prophets is a great way to accomplish the objective and to point and our youth to the Savior and to really have a powerful experience. And when it was student directed, students gave the talks, it just kind of blew us away. They were phenomenal and totally had the capacity to teach the words of prophets to their peers, and it was super influential. So just an idea as you're coming up on general conference. Keep up the good work.